Would Risk of Rain be better with anime girls? Now, it's not a hard question unless you're a dickhead like, oh, Risk of Rain 2 already features multiple playable female characters with an animation like that. I mean, I was mainly talking about the mods, you know, that make it all true and then some. So, I guess not, right? The correct phrasing would be, is Risk of Rain better with exclusively anime girls? And you know what, thankfully I don't have to work too hard or look very far for an answer, because it's right there, it's Endless Alice. And upon first look, you may think that this game is extremely derivative of Risk of Rain 2. And I mean, yeah, sure, it's a little bit inspired in some departments, I guess, but look, all art is derivative. I don't want to hear it unless you're toiling away in the damn caves of Altamira, okay? So, hear me out. This game is more than just like a clone, okay? You get to experience this game through one of the many characters that you'll come to know and love through its large and colorful cast of over 4 characters, okay? It's a handful. But hey, look, there's Alice. Alice of Endless Alice? Now you just gotta find the endless part, and it's not in the gameplay loop. It's the endless amount of enemies they start spawning, and I promise, I'm not playing it up for laughs. Alright, I'm like 5 minutes into the run. There's a fucking tsunami of enemies, okay? But you know how the gameplay loop works. You eliminate enemies, you acquire currency, and then you know, purchase enhancements. Everyone knows the rules. Enhancements such as enemies within 300 take 10% increased damage. That's good. Instant kill frozen enemies on hits. Who knows? They might be frozen. And here's my favorite. Drones drops bomb every 2 damage dealt, dealing 75% damage. But \M+1 drones shoot down 1 projectile. +3 attacks of Blade Storm. Now that's just kind of excessive, but what about something like Shrinking or Enlarging Potion? That is exactly what was advertised. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this game's fucking sick, dude. There's honestly quite a large amount of upgrades and items, all sort of regurgitated through only what I can assume to be MTL. I mean, the whole game is, but at least the translation's funny. They could be placed into 3 categories. You got the items that are pretty much taken straight from Risk of Rain. Maybe some numerical adjustments or just make it real weird, wacky. I mean, they didn't have to do that. It's just funny. The next category are all the original items they made, or at least just the ones that kind of suck. You just wouldn't ever choose them over, you know, the good items. Like, look at this. You attack 80% faster, but deal 50% less damage. Why would I not take that every single time? Especially in a game where on-hit effects are most of your damage. Sure, I'll deal no damage, but I get to turn into the sun. I get to crash my computer. Dude, I'm taking that every day. What? Nobody's shooting out textures at me. Get me out of this. He's shooting textures at me. I wish I didn't kill him in like 100,000 hits. Then I would have been able to say, oh, this one's in Chinese, dude. Let's go. You want to put aliens in your game without any trouble? You put that shit in space. You want anime girls? You put in a gotcha, baby. I mean, of course it's not real money, but aside from achievements, if you want more items, you gotta pay the toll. At least you don't have to unlock the characters. You want to talk about skill expression? You want to talk about fucking swag? Try that on my Takahime, alright? Name me another character that can b-hop around and mock speeds and then struggle with flying enemies because there's no double jump, no range, no nothing. You got your cooldowns, those are long as hell, and have really janky tracking, and it kind of is painful. But, I mean, the b-hop is pretty sick, though. That is like really, really cool. I don't know, okay? Playing this game is like a total fever dream. Aside from the more obvious reasons, when you first start a run and, you know, the setting, the enemies, they're all sort of the same theming. It's that Chinese fantasy vibe, and it pretty much stays in line with that. Nothing feels too much of a stretch. And then you blink and you're in Bean City, find the damn Boston Dynamics robot horse, and it's just pissing out errors. No, it's not bad, I don't think. It's just like jarring as hell, going from this to this fucking statue with boxing gloves giving you a knuckle salad. And then you add in all the weird translations. Sometimes you gotta like double take while you're reading a description, or how there's a lunar shop in between every single stage, and in between every single stage in lunar shop there's a loading screen in every transition. It just gives you a lot of time to think, and you know what? I've thought about it. You wanna know what I came up with? This means nothing. Because from the very start, the only thing that mattered was finding out if Endless Alice, the embodiment of Risk of Rain with anime girls, was a good idea. And I think I have my answer. I even wrote a little something for the segment, a thesis maybe, you know? It's a scientist joke for scientists out there, but And the Silence is that strangely unique game. This, while extremely derived for Risk for Rain 2, still brings several unique ideas to the table. However, don't the everyone ideas have necessarily well additions. Originate weird item balancing to extremely grinding meta progression. This has several experimentations, this the hinder gameplay loop, and strength for these types for games. But there are some cool ideas like the special skills you unlock while running that I can't wait to see in other games like this. Overall, I wouldn't call it a new or well thought out game, as most of the key ideas that work are taken from Risk of Rain 2 rather than original ideas. Prevent on that weird, the way game is fun do for this. It's kind of appreciation Cheez-Its and Cheese Nips. Maybe you like it, but eventually the secret will come out and it will suck your ass. But if you like cheese, by analogy, and someone gives you pieces of cheese, you will like it too. You know what I mean?
あんな火事ぐらいで死ぬわけないよな。